All right, we're gonna head down to the keg room. A couple rooms down there. I'll explain as we go. Please watch your step. All right, we're heading down to the basement is where the keg room is. Usually, most bars get coolers and install them, but our keg room's too big for that, so we actually made the basement into the keg room. Please watch your step. This building is really old, built in the 1700s. And it's haunted, so watch your back. Okay.
That's a lot of beer down there.
Well, there will be a lot of beer down here. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah, this.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to make more food.
All right.
Get in the way.
All right, so this is my main keg room. There's over 100 lines in this particular room. As you can tell, a lot of the lines are hung up right now. Our biggest festival of the year is coming up, and I need to clear the lines for that festival. It's our Belgian Fest, and I'll have every single line with an individual Belgian beer.
Wow.
It will be the biggest Belgian Fest in the country. We try to do it. It's our 21st year doing it.
Wow.
A lot of running around, a lot of prep.
That's next weekend?
February 14th through the 17th. It's the President's Weekend every year.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Great.
So behind you, this is part of my collection of Belgian beer. I'll have in the next 3 weeks about 85 more kegs showing up. And if you notice, most kegs use an American coupler. With things from overseas, they get all sorts of different kinds. You got sliders.
Wow.
You can tell the difference. There's English. There's like 4 or 5 different ones that I got to figure out and put on. So it's gonna be a thing. It usually is. So in this particular room, we have 3 bars in the building. So everything on this side goes to the main bar only. It has one line. Everything over here goes to either the main bar, the side bar, and the upstairs bar. Because these go to other bars, and the kegs down here where you see half kegs, they go to all 3 bars. That's why they're bigger kegs. Typically when I have a lot of kegs in here and I have backups on each keg, we have this fob system. So does anybody know what happens when you change a beer? What do you got to do? Foam, you got to run it out. So with these going to different bars, instead of running out 3 different times, and the lines are so long, you're losing probably 3 beers to each one, and that's too much money.
Yeah.
And you'll know when a beer's out because it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll pop all over the place.
Right.
flushes out.
So with this particular system, say this keg kicks, the air comes up or the gas comes up, hit this little ball, that ball drops. It's leaving the beer intact from this point to the tap.
Oh.
So once you tap it, you tap the keg and this jumper line, you hit this, that ball goes up, everything's intact. No foam,
Oh, nice.
no foam.
Heads it off.
Yeah, it's all about money, especially.
Who designed that piece and
So
how much did you
the-
pay for that?
it's this whole room is pretty expensive. The gentleman who installs systems all over Maryland. He also is partial owner of Key Brewing.
Oh, okay,
His name
yeah.
is Ray Schiffler. One of the best guys in the business. I recommend him for anything beer-wise. He is absolutely the best. I actually work for him as well. I clean all these lines. I've been cleaning these lines for about 12 years. Before it was just me and him. We would come in 2 in the morning when the bars close, clean the lines, which takes about 4 hours, 5 hours, and then drive home. I live an hour away. Drive home, get the kids off on the bus, and drive back into work.
Wow.
And I slept here about 12 years every weekend. But now that we're closed on Mondays during the day, I have all day to do it. So it's a little bit easier. I mean, but I'm doing it by myself. It's a little tedious, but I'm comfortable doing it because I don't want to. It's just a lot going on. Most places when they clean the lines use a cleaning keg. Let me what we got here. Where am I cleaning? Right here. So this is a 4-line cleaning keg. So what you would do, pop this off, fill with chemical, clean whatever line you want to do, wash it out, put water, we'll flush it out, and then gas. But since it's so many lines in here, we actually had the cleaning system installed on the wall.
Oh, nice.
So there's about 58 on the wall. So you untap, tap the wall, go upstairs, run, chemical, come back down, water, come back down, gas, or put the beer on, and you got to do it all over again because it only does half.
How cold do you keep it in here? Just curious.
It's about 29 degrees in here, and I have another keg room I'm showing you on the other side that has the Belgian towers and the casks a little bit warmer.
Yeah, I see why you have all your coolers upstairs because you do offer other drink options besides, craft beers. But
Yeah, draft beers
Gotta
is
always-
my heart.
Yes, I know. I've been coming to this place for many years.
Oh, good.
Great beer.
Yeah, I've been here about 17 years. I started at the door and just worked my way up.
Yeah. I remember you actually as the door guy.
Yeah,
Yep,
thank you.
so that's awesome.
Appreciate it. But I didn't know much about beer, in 2007.
Yeah.
Drank Bud like my
You
dad.
fell behind so many times.
You poor
Yeah.
guy.
My first beer was a Lagunitas Stout.
Yeah, I mean,
Racers, so-
I didn't realize what beer was till I got here,
Yeah.
and after a year or so, I got really interested in it. And the head manager at the time, his name was Casey. I asked him to, take 5 beers home
Yep.
every weekend, and I would just study and study. Now
Well,
I'm
this
well
is-
over.
This is one of the places that I learned beer too.
Oh, good.
Plus the app that they started,
Yeah.
where it tracks where you go and people can share, and that's been very useful. I can't remember the name of it right now. I think it's Untapped. Yeah.
Untapped, yeah.
Yeah, I started on that, and that was awesome.
Well,
It was fun.
through the years, I mean, I'm well over probably 15,000 different beers I've had.
Wow.
I took pictures of everything, and I tried to do the Untapped
Yeah.
thing, but it got to the point where
It
it's
is.
too much.
There's some people that travel.
I'm horrible
like,
to an Untapped. I
I
hate
can't.
it.
It's because it's constantly changing. People have to realize that that's what makes it exciting because it's
Oh, yeah.
That's why you guys are probably still here because it's always
Yeah,
and
I
it's
mean,
the work you put into it.
we've been here since 1986. It was a music venue till 1990. And then a couple guys, craft beer guys in the business, Joe Gold, one of them, if everybody knows Joe Gold, famous in Baltimore beer, helped start with the craft beer. And then it just kept on going,
I
kept on
appreciate
going.
the dedication.
When I got here, there was 75 lines. Now we have 113.
Wow.
Breweries are awesome. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are like one of the originals. Like in front of that. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
awesome.
All right, we're going to head up to the other side of the keg room. This is where my deliveries come in. Drop off a keg, we slide it down, and go right in. It's one of the easier ones in Fells Point. Yeah. Just pile in.
All right.
Thank you.
Well,
Love the shoes.
Excuse me.
thank you.
Thank you. How to get the kegs? Thanks, sir.
Yeah, I've seen some shady delivery systems in the neighborhood. Tires,
Really?
sandbags, they just drop kegs. A story.
I feel so tall.
I never do. Okay. So this is my warm side of the basement. So this is where all the empty kegs end up going. In the middle underneath here, these are my main distributors. And all the kegs over here are self-distribute. So when I get delivery day, kegs come down, they know where their empty kegs are, and we just do a nice little swap. It makes it real easy. People know where the kegs are.
Nice.
Each keg is worth $30. So it ends up adding up. Yeah, it's very worthwhile. So if you look over here, the gas system over there, we use CO2 and nitrogen. This is my nitrogen system. So this extracts nitrogen from the air and fills its own tanks. CO2 tank over there is the biggest one in Maryland. That you have to pay for. So what we do, and because we have so many lines and so many different kegs, we have about 12 lines of just straight nitrogen. Your Guinness gets a little frothy, the gas for that particular beer. And we have a handful that are swapped CO2 and nitrogen, 60-40. The reason we do that, a lot of kegs from overseas are highly carbonated, and putting in more carbonation in it makes it foamy. So that handles all that. And also, there's a lot of kegs that people don't realize called bladder kegs. Back in the day, they were called key kegs. So no gas goes into the beer with these kegs. Gas, it doesn't matter what kind of gas it is, will go in here and squish this bladder, and then the beer comes up. Now, because we have a lot of these, and that gas costs money, we use the 60-40 to get the cost down, because it's just wasted gas. Then that extracts it from the air, so you don't have to pay for it. Also, this system, if you look, these chambers have little ball BBs in them. Now, if I came down in the morning, what you do every morning, and I check the pressure on here, it should be in the 90s. If any of these are floating, it means there's a leak somewhere. It means I have to shut everything down, turn all the air conditioning off, all the coolers off so I can hear. I spray down the entire keg room with soapy water, and I look for bubbles. If I find bubbles, that's the issue.
Hopefully that's rare.
It's very rare. I'm here every day except Sunday, but unless there's an event, I check it all the time because you never know. And CO2 leaking is not a good thing because you can't smell it, you can't see it, and it'll knock you on your butt. This is my cleaning chemical that I use that goes, what I showed you on the side of the walls over there. This blue chemical I use mostly, and then I have a red chemical that's a little bit more harsh.
Is it Dawn or Windex?
Don't drink it. Put it that way. This stuff back in the day wasn't colored at all for some reason. I don't know why. It was clear, and accidents happen, so they changed it to a blue color and a red color. The red is for more scrubbing, a lot of beers nowadays get a little harsh. A lot of the sours get stuck in the line. A lot of the kettle sours in America get real chunky, so that takes care of that. And I'm a real believer in cleaning the lines. You can definitely go to places and tell they don't clean the lines. Now that being said, with a system like this, it's hard to just, when a keg kick, clean the line, clean the line. I usually do everything at once, 2 times a month. Now, if there's something in the line, I have to flush out. That's a waste of money, but that's the cost of having a clean line. So these are the trunks going throughout the whole building. So all the beer goes in here, these go out through the whole building. Now, to keep this cold, because if you have warm beer going through a line, you're just going to get foam. Now, in order to, and these lines are long, this building is huge. There is more beer in these lines, just the lines themselves, than most people have kegs at their bar. These are my glycol engines. They pump a chemical that goes through, it's a refrigerant, that goes through all these lines, getting cycled through and through. All the temps are right here, and the way we set it up, half the lines that are up there will go on each one. So if one goes down, the other one helps it out. Because every now and then, you know, machinery goes down, you got to change a motor, can't have cold beer, then you're screwed.
A lot more going on.
There's a lot more going on, people think.
It's European Beer Day.
Yeah, right. Now this is my cask room, and also where all the Belgian towers are upstairs. So this is a little bit warmer than it is on the other side. So my casks are hand pumped, the bar is right there, and these are all the kegs for the towers. And I collect for different events in here. I have the whole set of the brewery's 12 Days of Christmas. I have never seen a whole set draft before, and I got one. I got it a little late for Christmas, so I'll make an event in July. Christmas in July, we'll have all 12, the whole set. So mark your calendar. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good day. But in a nutshell, this is what I do every day.
Wow.
Do you guys ever
I love
sell
beer.
those?
I was thinking the same thing.
I want them for a bird bath.
We make everything in the bar.
Yeah.
The owner is very adamant about recycling everything.
Yeah.
All these tables were made, so these were for outside in the
Yeah.
summer, so we just put them back on.
Yeah.
But
I want to make a bird bath out of one.
we sell everything, so
Nothing. Money will go.
yeah,
Money will
just
be taken.
email me and I'll make it work for you.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
That's great.